Alrighty, boys and girls, welcome back to the channel. We have accomplished what we needed. Oh my god. Excuse me for the vibrations, my camera's sensitivity. Anyway, so we're able to do the kickstand. Thank God. It took me about 30 minutes, huffing, puffing, and doing all kinds of things. I did not want to record it because it just would be disgusting. I wasn't upset, but when I say sometimes the small projects, like the smallest projects, will take the longest, and the big projects will take the least amount of time you spend. In this scenario, it was no joke. It was a pain in the ass. I thought that I am not going to come out of it alive or with some sort of benefit. They just cut the grass over here, so it's like really nasty. All my allergies are freaking just picking up, and oh my god, my skin is peeling off because of the chemicals, the paint and everything else. Anyway, so kickstand is perfect. Can I say the bike is 100%? I can right now officially say on YouTube that my bike is 100%. 100%. Everything in this bike is 100%. Now, in regards to maintenance to the bike, that's totally different chapter, different game ball. In regards performance, that's totally different chapter, different game ball. Um, can I improve all these points? Yes. Um, Sometimes it will cost extra money. Sometimes it will not cost any money, but it will take more time. So again, decisions, decisions, decisions. So far, we've removed the rear rack because somebody said it was hideous. And you know what? It's totally fine. I love the comments. Hideous or not hideous, I if okay. So if everybody sees the bike rack as hideous, I can ignore it, or I can take it under consideration, right? So hideous, I took it under consideration. I looked from a different point of view, and I said, you know what? Maybe it's not hideous, but it's no longer what I like. I know I'm not going to be using additional batteries, so is there a point to have this rear rack? And of course, I have determined that there is no point for the rear rack. So I have eliminated. There's no damage to Jesus, to the rear uh, supporting bracket. It's uh, it's nice. The paint is untouchable or untouched, unscratched, undamaged. So that's good. Then the kickstand, it was from a get-go a problem, an issue. It was not installed proper way or properly, and it was installed to the best of my capability at that point. Where right now I was able to spend more time on the project and invest more time. However, unfortunately, the tools from eBay did not work. So it completely sucks. I'm extremely unhappy. It was $8 wasted, and I'm happy that I only wasted $8 instead of $18. And we move forward and we say it is what it is. But again, bike is 100%. We talked about the BMS. I have not checked any response to the BMS. I could very easily do the BMS today, take it apart and take pictures. However, between you and don't tell nobody else, I am extremely scared that it's gonna hang me strangled uh, with battery issues. What I mean by that is that it's going to give me a problem. When I install it, it will give me a problem. When I run it, it's going to give me a problem, and so on and so forth. It really shouldn't, to be honest with you, but it looks like my luck just run out, and I just don't get a break. Speaking of brakes, I do have to do the brakes. I do have to bleed the brakes. I don't have the Shimano kit, so I'm not going to bother with this right now. Excuse me. Ooh, ice cold drink. It's like 90 degrees today. But as I promised, I'm going to show the bleeding points. And again, I did not want to record the kickstand project because it just wasn't fun. Maybe because I started panicking for whatever reason. I don't know. But it came out great. Fixed the holes next to it. Um, Installed it the right way. So there's like no way I'm getting any issues, any problems out in the field. There's no way of, kicking back the kickstand with my knee, or not knee, or my heel to make sure the pedal doesn't touch. Now, let's see if the pedal touches. Now the pedal is really far. Now what I say by the pedal, I'm not saying about this piece. I'm telling this piece. So far away, there's no way I even have to readjust. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's 100%. Folks, when I tell you it's 100%, I'm not lying to you. It is 100%. So I like it. Front shocks adjusted 100%. Headlight adjusted 100%. What else? Horn work at 100%. Display 100%. Switches 100%. Tail light 100%. Seat 100%. However, my next video should be the uh, the extension on the seat. See how I can cover it. See if I paint it red or I paint it black. I might just put whatever I have on hands, which is black, and try to work with that. This might be interesting. Okay, it might be interesting. So I am going to leave it at that, and I'm going to go back to a frame, right? So the Chinese plastic frame, there's really not much to it when it comes to support. I think this frame is like the strongest frame you can get on these bikes. Also, the strongest frame doesn't mean it's the lightest. Actually, will be the heaviest. The plastic one is the lightest. But again, if you lay out your bike, somehow, somewhat, I think the plastic will be the first one to go, and that would be the plastic paddles. Okay, even though it looks really nice, it is extremely light. But guess what? When you lay out the bike, the first thing that's gonna go is the panels on the side. And what I mean by the panels on the side, since the panels on the side are plastic and they're being held with screws, I believe that it's either panel is going to crack across, or whatever the screws are holding the panel, the side panel, is going to crack and just give it away. Um, I did not see any issues on the internet, but also I did not see any faults and damages on the internet. It seems like everybody just takes out the bike, gives it a run, and that's the end of the video. So they don't show when the bike gets abused. Okay, so that's kind of a problem that you don't show the reality. Here, folks, you got the reality. We are still going to lubricate the bearings. We are going to clean the bearings, especially the bottom one at the hose stand, because it's got lots of sand, it's got lots of dust, and I can see it. And unfortunately, it's part of the maintenance to get all that sand out so it doesn't grind. So we're gonna do that later. I cannot do it over here. I have to do it, I think, outside. Maybe I can come up with some sort of setup. I'm not sure, but I don't want oil falling down on this nice, clean, new floor that I just installed a month ago. So I want to keep it clean this way. And of course, there's a diaper for my dog right over here. This is ridiculous. Oh, okay, put it away. Can you see it? Well, you actually can't see it in the video, but it's there. Anyway, moving forward, these these are the things that you have to maintain. Um, I can look up on the phone. I believe my battery is 86 volts right now. 86 volts, 86 degree, so it's kind of warm. And so is the controller. I had it in the sun for pretty much entire day. Yes, I know that's not good for the batteries, but it completely sucks. So I'm not going to move the bag back and forth. 86 is not crucial. Have I seen higher temperatures? I have not. Um, but since the temperatures are going higher in New York, they're going to start hitting 80, 90, and 100. That might be an issue. So I do not see, or I'm not going to look at the motor issue unless it becomes a reality. So I'm gonna leave it. I'm not gonna stress myself out. Okay. So as you're looking, this is the steel frame. I consider it the best. However, you need a really strong system for this frame. So remember, when you buy this frame, you need at least 8,000 watts on a frame, 100 amps push on the controller, at least 100 amps. So that's the thing. Now, if you can go with 12,000 or 15,000 watts on the motor with a good battery, then you're going to be golden with this system. Now, if you still want to use, let's say, the old system, the 3,000, 5,000 watts, which is this is 5,000, you can go with the plastic frame if you're not heavy. If you under 200, you can go with the plastic one. And if your battery is made to fit the frame, then you're totally fine. I got lucky because I cut out the bottom and the battery fits very nicely, comfortably, doesn't wobble. I mean, it seems like there's no battery inside, which is awesome. But this is a completely different beast, different style. Um, but if you, well, you do have the Ali frame, and I'm a little bit scared of that frame because it's just too plain. It's a rectangle frame, and it's just too plain. There's wires they can see that goes on the bike. The controller goes underneath the seat. It does have a bracket where it holds it, but it's just too plain. Still have to do the seat extension. Not sure how that's gonna hold with the Ali frame. And this is steel, so I can re-drill holes, do whatever I need to do. Can I do it with Ali frame? Yes, but it might be fragile, right? You don't want to put too many holes. Now, it's so you got the steel, you got the plastic, you got the Ali, right? But of all these, I still do the steel. Um, but If you are not a heavy dude, if you are, let's say, under 200, like 180, I go with the alley. I go with the plastic. Um, and eventually, when this battery depletes, like I said, I'll put a real ass battery that is going to give me 150 amps, power. And I am going to push it with the 5,000 watt motor, and it's going to be fine. It's going to be totally fine. But I think I am done with this video. I think I gave you guys the most uh, of my knowledge with the frames. So if you're over 200 pounds, go with the steel. If you're under 200 pounds, go with the plastic or the alley. Okay. If you're over 200 pounds, go with the 5,000, at least 5,000. And if you are possibly capable of getting a good battery, get at least 100 amp discharge. Okay. With a good power on the battery in regards of distance. So right now 50 amps is just a swinging point. If you are under 50, you're a rookie. If you are at 50, you're good because these bikes, they'll take energy and you don't want to go 10 miles and run out of juice. That's retarded. So when you buy these batteries, you want to make sure that you spend $1,000, but it's well worth the money because you're gonna have distance and you're gonna have the power. This isn't 36-volt battery or 48. It's a 72 tops out 84. This is a big battery, big juice, and it can handle it. But since there are people that are lighter than I am, they're not 250 pounds. Um, on this bike, I had a friend and my cousin that rode the bike, and it was a fucking beast. It really shows true colors how nicely it can maneuver. Um, with me, look, I am happy. I am 100% happy. I have no regrets. I have no doubts about this bike. I love it, and that's how far it's gonna go. I love the performance. I love the maintenance to it. It's simple. I barely pedal. I never pedal actually. So I don't care about the chain. The kickstand is 100% right now. Everything is legit. Okay, but I'm 250. If this was built for a person at 200 pounds, he would enjoy it even more. If it was built for a person at 160, 70 pounds, he will enjoy it. So that's the whole thing. I enjoy the bike regardless. I have not put gas in over a month and a half. My tank is half a tank. So out of my car, I do about 400 miles out of a tank, which is 16 gallons. Okay. So I haven't put gas in over a month and a half, and I'm happy. Why am I happy? Not because I'm cheap. I'm happy because I don't, I don't pay to the bullshit government uh, corruption. That's all it is. Because we have inflation right now. Then we're gonna get a recession, and the barrel of freaking gasoline is gonna go from $138 to $38, and that's what's gonna happen. That's what happened, I think, in 2008. So it's bullshit. Anyway, and anyhow, moving forward. So again, if you're 180 and under, get the plastic, get the alley. If you're 200 above, get the steel. All right. So I am going to start lubricating my chassis, start doing my basic maintenance, get ready for the whole week. I have to work the entire week. Then it's 4th of July. I'm going to be off. Hopefully, shoot a couple of videos in between and enjoy it. I have a little problem with my AC in the house. It's a bitch. I might have to change the compressor. So that's going to take some time and it's going to cost money. But that's what happens when you own a house and not an apartment. You know, I do have a window unit all the way up in the attic, and she works fine. Never needed any maintenance. But until then, I am going to say goodbye to you guys. You make sure that you share, you subscribe, and you make sure you tell everybody about this channel. For your gear.